Hello and welcome to the Shrewscast for January 2026. It's all change at the house. I'm sat here in the Garden Cafe with new house manager Boris Witzenfeld, who has now been in post for just under a month, and we thought it would be nice to invite him onto the Shrewscast just to introduce himself and to basically look at what's coming up in the new year. So, first question really, who is Boris Witzenfeld?
Well, first of all, lovely to be here, Andy. Thank you for inviting me on the Shrewscast. Who is Boris Witzenfeld? Well, I am a community artist. And so I suppose what that means is I've worked my whole life using arts and creativity as a tool to work with communities, to work with communities, to work for communities. That's what I've done for the last 20 years. It's what I studied at university. I've run everything from cafes, community centres, youth clubs, theatres. As a person, I'm passionate about music, I'm passionate about the arts, I'm passionate about connecting with people. So to anyone who comes into the house, come and see me. I'm always open to new ideas, to new ways of working, to new things we can do here. And I suppose who I am as a person, I love to listen, I love to talk, I love to create new things, I suppose.
Now, you're talking from a very creative point of view here, but the role that you're occupying here at Shrewsbury House is actually the managerial role. You're running the centre. So how do the two things work together?
Well, I think to be to be truly creative, you need to have a sense of how to manage things. Otherwise, nothing gets created. I'm as comfortable with a spreadsheet as I am with a guitar, or a Gantt chart, as opposed to being on stage. And I think that it's important to marry those two things. I think it's about working with people, giving other people ownership of things, in terms of management things, and knowing how to get the best out of people, knowing what and understanding what people are passionate about, to bring that passion out of them, to keep things between the rails, to keep things organised, to make sure things happen as we'd want them, and to make things happen for our community. So I think that they align quite well, actually, that to be creative, you need to be able to make things happen, and that's what I like to do.
And in terms of making things happen, you've, as I said at the beginning of this chat, you've been in the manager's seat really for about 3 weeks now. You've been working with our outgoing manager Kathleen Nain and the other members of the team to doing your, I think it's called these days onboarding, isn't it? Obviously you're here now. What attracted you to the house in the first place, and is it living up to your expectations, or are there things that are different to what you expected?
I love it here. It's amazing. Where else could you be where you've got everything from kind of early years music sessions with babies and toddlers, right up to fencing, right up to Brazilian jiu-jitsu and New Zealand folk music, finishing the week on a Friday. Where else would you get that in the world? It's amazing. I think since I've been here, I've eaten the entire menu of the cafe, and have gladly done so. I've met hundreds of people who love this place. I've met people who've come here since they were children and are now older adults, engaging in our groups with older adults, which is a kind of a testament to the place. That I didn't necessarily know a lot before I found out about the place when the job came up, and I think it's a hidden gem, really, that's the breadth of activity here, to have outdoor activities. There's a group that comes in and does gardening and things like that. It's amazing, really, when you think of the breadth and the scope of what could happen here and what already does happen here. there's a lot of stuff happening that that I love already, and I think there's so much potential for the future to kind of do really interesting and amazing things. And it's a really supportive community. Like, everyone I've spoke to who comes here because they love it, and that's a testament to the team that have been here previously, the team that are still here, and what we can do all together in the future.
And coincidentally, you've arrived in post at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of 2026. If we were sat here in January 2027, what would you like your first year to have achieved?
I think lots of really fun, well-attended events, lots of new groups coming here, the people that are here already to feel valued and nurtured, that things have been a success. I would say that our community is happy with what has happened here, that we've had an absolutely banging summer festival that people are talking about for weeks and months afterwards, that people are kind of happy to come back again to kind of exciting events, that the staff feel that sense of achievement, and that our community feel that sense of achievement, I think would be really nice.
And what do you think? Obviously, those are those fantastic aims, and we wish everybody here on the team, you and the team, well in following that pathway. But obviously, we live in challenging times. Just this morning, I noticed that one of the local pubs has put out a statement about having to increase its prices because of employers' NI going up and business rates going up and so on. What are the challenges that you've identified that you need to address straight away?
I mean, I suppose that's one, that you highlight. Costs are going up, so costs in terms of staffing, costs in terms of utilities. It costs more to put the lights on, not just for us, but for anyone within the community. And what that means is, for the house, it costs us more to heat and to illuminate the building, but it's costing our community more to live, to function in their own lives. And so that might possibly have an impact on how many times people are able to come to events if they have to pay to come along, and so that can have an impact. And I'm hoping that people will see the value, that it is worth kind of going out and going out for entertainment, engaging in extracurricular classes or whatever it is. And there's a lot of stuff that people engage in for free here as well, of course, but that there is always a risk that people don't go out and do things in a time of austerity. That is a real risk, but I suppose what that does is that puts the challenge on us to say, well, we have to make it worthwhile, we have to make it exciting and innovative and engaging enough that people are going to want to spend their money and come out to events, to activities here. So it's a challenge to us, but one that I think we're up to, and one that I think we can meet.
So just to begin to wrap things up, Boris, what are you looking forward to happening at Shrewsbury House in the next month, February?
Well, so this Friday we've got Zephyr Wills playing. There are still a few tickets available. That's Friday the 30th of January. That's kind of acoustic New Zealand folk music. I've heard a little bit of it. Sounds really great. I think it'll be an amazing show, so come out for that. There's also Pancake Day in the cafe, which is Tuesday the 17th of February. So loads of amazing kind of specialist menu items, i.e. pancakes. Who doesn't love a pancake, right? There's another gig coming up called Gillywood, which should be good fun. That's Friday the 6th of Feb. And all the details, you can find out what's on if you go to our website, shrewsburyhouse.org. There's loads of events and things coming up. I might try my hand at fencing. I might try my hand at some short mat bowls, which is indoor bowling for older adults. They've got some skills. They can put some spin on that ball. I've seen it. We have a thing called Get Together Mondays, so the details are on our website of kind of activities on a Monday for older adults to come and get together here. So yeah, there's loads of really exciting things coming up that can't wait to either see happen or come along to.
And obviously, just to finish, you're here, you're head of our staff team who work wonders on minimal resources. I think we'd all agree. And we're always looking for people from our community to come and join us here in various roles. How can people in the community, maybe you've got a bit of time to spare or want to try their hand at a new skill or something like that, how can they get involved in actually helping run Shrewsbury House?
Well, so they can become a member. It's free to become a member. There's either a paper form or you can join on our website, and that gives you the opportunity to join things like our annual general meeting and have voting rights. You can do that. You can come in and talk to us. Come in and talk to me. I'm always available, or any of our staff team. If you've got an idea, we'd always love to hear it. If you want to just join in a class, all the details of all our classes are on the What's On page of our website. So if you want to join something, then do that. We have a really wide range of activities, everything from kind of tabletop games to fencing to singing to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to all that kind of stuff. If you have an idea for something that you would like to see here, then we'd love to hear those ideas. If you have some time that you want to volunteer, we're looking for volunteers to support us, particularly in the garden. We have beautiful grounds and we want to try and keep them beautiful. So if you're interested in gardening, come and hit us up, come in and chat to us, or fill out a form online, and we'd love to hear from anyone who wants to get involved.
And I think that's a good point to finish on. Boris Witzenfeld, thank you very much for talking to the Shrewscast this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for listening to the Shrewscast for January 2026. Join us online, join us on YouTube, join us on the Maritime Radio website, and look forward to talking to you again next month.